Shooters continue to be one of the most popular genres in all of gaming, and 2024 and beyond have a ton of interesting first-person and third-person shooters coming out in the near future. We've compiled a list of 17 of the best games of this ilk, and since we have a lot to cover, let's get right into it. Clockwork Revolution. In Exile Entertainment, the developer behind the Wasteland series, is entering uncharted territory with its next project, Clockwork Revolution. It's an upcoming first-person shooter that thrusts you into the steampunk realm of Avalon, where you have to travel back in time through the use of special abilities to reshape reality through your decisions. Clockwork Revolution features some impressive art direction, and the gameplay is all about juggling between your weapons and special abilities to take on different challenges. It's heavily inspired by Prey, and might just end up being a great time if it stands true to its promises. It comes out for PC and Xbox Series X and S sometime in the near future. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Rocksteady has been hard at work on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and it'll be released for current-gen consoles and PCs on January 30th. It tells the story of how Brainiac has hijacked the minds of the members of the Justice League, and how the ragtag group of anti-heroes, i.e. Suicide Squad, rises up to the occasion to save the day. The gameplay is pretty simplistic, with players having to shoot down waves upon waves of enemies, all while jumping around the open world of Metropolis. There's quite a bit of skepticism with regard to its seemingly repetitive gameplay, but it just might be a fun time with friends through the co-op mode. Destiny 2: The Final Shape. Destiny 2 has been growing strong with each passing expansion, and Bungie is set to bring the Light and Darkness saga to an end with the Final Shape expansion. Set in an entirely new region, the Final Shape expansion will pit players against a new evil force, namely the Subjugators. Of course, there's going to be plenty of new loot to look forward to, and the developers have also confirmed that all classes will receive a new super ability with this pack. It comes out on the 4th of June, 2024 for PC and consoles. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. Set against the backdrop of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl is primed to bring the classic open-world survival sandbox gameplay to a brand new audience. The trailers have showcased a well-realized post-apocalyptic world brimming with all sorts of human and inhuman threats, alongside some great use of Unreal Engine 5. So, Stalker 2 has plenty of great stuff to look forward to. GSC Game World has been working on this sequel for a long time, and it releases for PC and Xbox Series consoles on the 5th of September 2024. XKiller. Paradark Studios' upcoming XKiller might just have one of the most unique settings for a first-person shooter. It thrusts players into an alternate post-apocalyptic reality that combines a futuristic dystopia with the Wild West, and the story revolves around the bounty-hunting adventures of our protagonist. There's quite a bit of shooting involved in the gameplay, but XKiller also infuses open-world mechanics and driving to craft a compelling experience. XKiller releases for PC sometime in 2025. SCP Event Classified. Set against the backdrop of a mysterious facility, SCP Event Classified lets you choose between the role of a soldier, a prisoner, a scientist, or a monster, with differing goals for each of these characters. SCP Event Classified is a horror shooter with some interesting atmosphere and gameplay variety, and it also claims to be highly replayable thanks to procedural map generation and varied objectives. It comes out for PC sometime in Q2 2024. IGI Origins. The IGI series is making a grand return with IGI Origins, which looks like everything that fans would want out of such a sequel, right from a military conflict setting to espionage-style missions and a gameplay loop that mixes stealth and action in just the right proportions. It's being built using Unreal Engine 5, and suffice it to say it looks really beautiful with realistic lighting and quality textures. It will come out for PC sometime in the near future. Ripout console release. Pet Project Games has made its grand debut with Ripout, a first-person shooter set in outer space. It looks pretty standard affair at first glance, but it has quite a few tricks up its sleeve, ranging from procedurally generated levels to a pet gun companion and regenerating monsters that help it stand out from the crowd. It was released last year for PC to some great reviews, and is en route for a console port that'll come out in the near future. Mouse. Yet another beautifully unconventional-looking game. Mouse combines a noir story with an art style that's heavily inspired by hand-drawn cartoons, and it looks amazing to say the least. The gameplay revolves around shooting down your enemies to the tune of jazz music, and the immaculate art direction that we see in the trailer is what makes it all so compelling in the first place. Mouse will be released for PC, Xbox consoles, and Nintendo Switch. Outpost Infinity Siege. Outpost Infinity Siege is a really interesting game because it combines two very contrasting genres into a single gameplay loop, and that too in a way that it feels weirdly natural. Outpost Infinity Siege is all about taking part in large-scale conflicts that start out with placing your units in defenses on the battlefield, and once war commences, you take control of those very units in first person and try to hold your defenses. The game thrives on this element of juggling between different roles and responsibilities, and that sounds really fun and unique. It comes out for PC sometime in the near future. Helldivers II. In Helldivers 2, players are tasked to take on the role of warriors, or the last hope for the salvation of humanity. It's a co-op shooter where you take part in large-scale conflicts, and the gameplay is looking pretty slick, with explosions happening everywhere and characters getting embroiled in crossfire, among others. It's a game that's meant to be experienced with a group of friends, and we will be doing that when Helldivers 2 comes out for PC and PS5 on February 8th, 2024. Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws will thrust players into a fictional setting as they take control of Kay Vess, an outlaw trying to find a fresh start in an era overrun by crime syndicates. In development at Massive Entertainment, Star Wars Outlaws is being built using the Snowdrop engine and will see players taking on high-stakes missions, where they're free to choose between stealth and action however they see fit. It comes out sometime this year for PC and current-gen consoles. Unrecord. Unrecord is one of those games that you can easily mistake for real life, and a lot of that praise could be attributed to the ultra-realistic visual presentation on offer. It's being built using Unreal Engine 5, and this first-person shooter flaunts almost every tool of the game engine to great effect, right from nanite geometry to lumen lighting and much more. The subtle camera shake and realistic shooting mechanics also help in selling the illusion of real-life footage, and Unrecord definitely has quite a lot of potential, both as a tactical FPS and a visual showcase. It comes out for PC sometime in the near future. Killing Floor 3. The Killing Floor series is characterized by large waves of zombies and a fast and frenetic gunplay loop, and those merits seem to be shining brightly in the upcoming entry. Killing Floor 3 not only iterates on what came before, but also makes some new changes, like a futuristic setting complete with a whole host of bioengineered zombies. You can team up with a group of friends for some good old-fashioned zombie slaughtering, so Killing Floor 3 could really end up being a great time. It comes out for PC, Xbox Series, and PS5 sometime in the near future. The Division 3. Despite the first game suffering from a rather tepid critical reception, the Division series has managed to make a name for itself in the sea of live service experiences. With support for the Division 2 rounding up, the developer is gearing up for the next entry in the franchise, which is currently in the works at Massive Entertainment. Not much is known about what it will entail, but there's a great chance that it will also be a similarly fun game that's worth sinking your teeth into. It'll be released for current-gen consoles and PC at an unconfirmed date. Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland. Talking about all things The Division, we have The Division Heartland, the developer's free-to-play offerings within the massively successful live service franchise. It's essentially the same experience in a new format, so you can expect some significant changes to how the content is spread out and how the progression will work. The Division Heartland will be released on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series sometime in the near future. Beneath. Camel 101's upcoming Beneath is a first-person shooter that takes place in a mysterious underwater world, brimming with undead creatures and all forms of hideous nightmares. Beneath takes cues from contemporaries like Resident Evil and Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem, and tries to nail the right balance between horror and action with scarce availability of resources and a sanity meter that has the ability to significantly impact the gameplay. Beneath sounds like an interesting idea, and we'll be checking it out when it releases for PC sometime this year. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on GamingBolt.